The Lagena brothers and their team are working on a small island off Nova Scotia's southern coast to find hidden treasures. The island is thought to hold valuable items left by different historical figures over time, and the TV show, The Curse of Oak Island, follows every detail of their search. The team often meets in the war room, where they are always excited and ready to dive into any new leads. However, they haven't found much yet. Just a few ancient Roman coins and a lead cross that could be linked to the Knights Templar. This cross discovery has led them to do a more careful, archaeology-focused excavation to check for more similar items. A spooky twist to their search is the legend of a curse that claims 7 people must die before the treasure can be discovered. So far, 6 deaths have been linked to this hunt, a dark fact that hangs over their efforts. Still, the team keeps going, hoping they won't end up as part of this frightening statistic. Every step forward just brings up more questions. Now they're thinking about building a big steel dam to dig deeper, which means they need to bring in more heavy equipment and spend more money. They've hired a crew to build a large crane pad, but by a strange twist of fate, it ended up right where they want to dig next. This mistake shows how their enthusiasm sometimes gets ahead of their planning. As time goes on, they find very little. Every small discovery is celebrated and closely examined for any importance, but these moments usually lead to more guesses rather than clear answers. The TV show thrives on this cycle, keeping viewers hooked with the promise of big discoveries that always seem just out of reach. As another day starts on the island, the team faces the upcoming challenges with determination and a realization that setbacks are likely. But the possibility of what might be buried underground, the stories, the history, and potential treasure is enough to keep them coming back, shovels in hand, ready to dig again at a spot where old drainage systems once converged on their way to what is known as the original money pit. As they dig deeper, the team faces big problems that really test their determination and stretch their resources. The crane pad sitting right over an important spot was a major headache, not just because it was in the way physically, but also because of all the red tape involved in moving it. Working alongside the Irving equipment operators was crucial, but moving the crane, the largest piece of equipment, was a logistical challenge in itself. In conclusion, the Lagena brothers and their team are determined to find hidden treasures on Oak Island, despite facing numerous failures and setbacks. Their unwavering commitment to the search and their dedication to their mission make them a force to be reckoned with in the world of treasure hunting. The team of Rick, Marty, and Dave Blankenship embarked on a mission to uncover the hidden treasures of Smith's Cove, an area of significant interest. They faced numerous which Marty Lagena believed was crucial to explore further. The team had found evidence of what might be a second flood tunnel near the island, which could validate some of their theories about intricate defenses built around the island to protect whatever was hidden there. The waters around Oak Island have seen a lot of ships over the years, so finding old anchors or other ship parts wouldn't be surprising. Each new discovery fuels their hope. Yet Oak Island doesn't easily give up its hidden treasures. The excitement of a potential find often meets the harsh reality that it might just lead to another dead end. Whether this latest clue will help solve the history of the island or simply be another piece in their exploration remains to be seen. Nevertheless, the possibility that each clue could be the key to treasure keeps them coming back for more. As the day began, the Oak Island team was already busy, their excitement mixed with a familiar sense of urgency. Today, they focused on an object thought to be a boat anchor, discovered in the cold North Atlantic waters. Rick, perhaps more hopeful than convinced, insisted on a thorough examination of this artifact before moving forward. Alex and another diver, both trained for this type of work, volunteered for the dive, perhaps a bit too quickly. This dive wasn't particularly deep, just 28 feet below the surface, but it was crucial in their ongoing search. On land at Smith's Cove, the scene was just as repetitive. Gary Drayton and a few others were digging tirelessly, moving soil and rocks, but finding very little. Joined by Alex Lagena, Peter Fornetti, Jack Begley, and Tony Sampson, the team prepared for another dive with a routine that had become all too familiar. The so-called anchor, now considered a potential clue, was just one of many underwater items they had chased before. Its importance was discussed not because it was valuable by itself, but because it offered a new focal point in their ongoing search. The atmosphere was a mix of cautious hope and dull routine. Switching from the usual land-based searches, the team, led by Jack, ventured into the sea. They investigated an unusual triangular structure protruding from the ocean floor, directly aligned with the infamous money pit. This alignment made them wonder if the structure was connected to the island's second flood tunnel system, which could potentially lead back to the money pit. Jack and his team had hoped for a simple treasure hunt on land, but now their search had extended into the ocean, complicating their quest significantly. Their determination was strong, nearly obsessive. The treasure hunt had evolved from an exciting adventure into a complex challenge, with each discovery leading to more questions than answers.
The starting point is a fantastic quadrilateral. Even though it was a strange geometric figure, they had no notion what the specific feature represented. They have found no others of its kind on the island before. There are now countless conjectures regarding the type of wealth that might be hidden on the island, as well as how it got there. However, the William Phipps theory has won over a lot of supporters and is supported by a lot of data. The theory was refuted by writer and history enthusiast Hammerson Peters in a recent video that was posted to his YouTube channel. The majority of the information presented in the movie is taken from the book Oak Island and Its Lost Treasure, which first made the strong case for the conspiracy. The Peters have proposed the following idea, which can be summed up as follows. During the 17th century, William Phipps was a skilled explorer, and the English supported him financially. The Protestant majority, including the political elite and aristocracy, developed a strong dislike for the Catholic king when King James II came to power in 1685. James II adhered to Catholicism, or to put it another way, they planned to depose him. The following stories are word-of-mouth legends from the late 18th century because there is so little information about the early treasure-related operations that occurred on Oak Island that has been objectively verified. It took many years after the incident before publishers began to pay attention to this kind of activity and look into the stories involved. The tale of a treasure found by a settler named Daniel McGinnis was published for the first time in 1857. This is the story's earliest known telling. After that, it was another 5 years before one of the purported original diggers gave a testimony regarding the initial narrative and subsequent Onslow and Truro Company deeds. The earliest settlers in the region heard tales of a dying crew member of Captain Kidd's ship. The man said that Captain Kidd had hidden £2 million worth of treasure on the island. Captain Kidd passed away in 1701. According to the most widely recognized version of the story, Daniel McGinnis came across a dip in the ground in 1799 while looking for a place to build a farm. McGinnis asked for help from other people in order to dig because he believed that the depression fit with the legend surrounding Captain Kidd. With the aid of two people only known by the names John Smith and Anthony Vaughan, he dug out the pit and found a layer of flagstones 2 feet, 61 centimeters below the surface. The earliest documents, however, merely mention marks of some sort at these intervals. Later accounts report finding oak platforms every 10 feet, 3 meters, although previous accounts only make reference to marks. The various legends also mention the tool marks or pick scratches on the hole's walls. The soil was not as well packed as the soil around it, and it was visibly loose. The 3 men reportedly stopped their digging at a depth of 9.1 meters, 30 feet, because of superstitious dread. In an alternative interpretation of the story, all 4 of the main characters are portrayed as teenagers. According to this account, McGinnis first learns of the slump in 1795 while on a fishing excursion. The rest of the story proceeds in the same manner as the first, with the logs discovered as its focal point, but it ends with the 4 people giving up after they have gone as far as they can. For more current discovery stuff, remember to subscribe. They continued to excavate until they reached a depth of around 90 feet, 27 meters, where they discovered layers of logs, or marks, spaced about 10 feet, 3 meters apart. They also discovered a large stone with symbols engraved onto it, as well as layers of charcoal, putty, and coconut fiber. When the hole unexpectedly filled with water to a depth of 60 feet, 18 meters, the situation for the diggers grew challenging. The alleged